How may we know whether we love God? He who loves God desires His presence. Lovers cannot be long asunder, they soon have their fainting fits, for lack of a sight of the object of their love. A soul deeply in love with God desires the enjoyment of Him. David was ready to faint away when he had not a sight of God. Quote, "My soul faints for God." End quote. Psalm 84:2. He who loves God does not love sin. Quote, "You who love the Lord hate evil." End quote. Psalm 97:10. The love of God and the love of sin can no more mix together than iron and clay. Every sin loved strikes at the being of God. He who loves God has an antipathy against sin. He who would part two lovers is a hateful person. God and the believing soul are two lovers. Sin parts between them. Therefore the soul is implacably set against sin. By this try your love to God. How can he say he loves God who loves sin, which is God's enemy? He who loves God is not much in love with anything else. His love is very cool to worldly things. The love of the world eats out the heart of piety. It chokes holy affections, as earth puts out the fire. He who loves God uses the world, but chooses God. The world engages him, but God delights and satisfies him. He says as David, quote, "God, my exceeding joy," unquote. Psalm 43:4. God is the cream of my joy. He who loves God cannot live without Him. Things we love we cannot be without. A man can do without music or flowers, but not food. Just so, a soul deeply in love with God looks upon himself as undone without Him. Quote, "Hide not your face from me, lest I be like those who go down into the pit." Unquote. Psalm 143:7. If God is our chief good, we cannot live without Him. Alas, how do they show they have no love to God? Who can do well enough without Him? Let them have but food and drink, and you shall never hear them complain of the lack of God. He who loves God will be at any pains to get Him. What pains the merchant takes, what hazards he runs, to have a rich return. Jacob loved Rachel, and he could endure the heat by day and the frost by night, that he might enjoy her. A soul that loves God will take any pains for the fruition of Him. Quote, "My soul follows hard after you." Unquote. Psalm 63:8. The soul is much in prayer. It strives as in agony, that he may obtain Him whom his soul loves. Quote, "I will seek Him whom my soul loves." Unquote. He who loves God prefers Him before estate. Quote, "For whom I have suffered the loss of all things." Unquote. Who that loves a rich jewel would not part with a flower for it?